Hello, hello.
Okay, we are live. Okay. Hi. Hi, Denise. How are you?
Kelly, oh my goodness, it's been way too long. Way,
I will
way, way.
wait. Yes, it is so good to see you. So I'm still messing with some technology here. Facebook and Instagram have made some changes that make it really difficult to go live from StreamYard. And so
Mm.
as we come in live every week, I'm having to press all these crazy buttons. I feel like, do you remember on Mad TV? A long time ago, there was this skit, and the lady was like, I want a cookies and cream milkshake. And the lady was like, you can't have a cookies and cream milkshake. I got to get the cookies and cream out. I got to press all
Ah!
these crazy buttons. That's what I feel like. They got me pressing all these crazy buttons.
Oh my
So,
goodness, that's funny.
so I'm over here pressing crazy buttons as we are
And while
going
she's
live.
pressing buttons, I want to just point out that we did not plan this color matching situation. It's a little odd, but it happens. It is fall, so burgundies, deep reds, they're kind of fall colors, aren't they?
Hey,
Um,
I like everything you have to say. Yes.
And while she's pushing buttons, I'm Denise, CEO and founder of Vibes Music and Muscle Mix Music. And we are going to go back to what we used to do, which is at the very beginning, we're going to always talk about our best things for the week. And I believe we have the
Oh,
same best
okay.
things. You go, hit me,
We
hit
do.
it.
So let me back out 1 second
Oh,
further.
please, back out, back out.
This week, we are talking about two things. We're going to talk about sales strategies for solopreneurs. It's something that's on my mind lately. So I just want to have a stream of consciousness conversation. I want to hear from you guys about what you're doing. I want to hear from Denise about how they're doing things. And then we're going to hear some updates about the Vibes app. So that's what we are doing today. That's why you guys need to stick around till the end. Now,
Good.
Denise, will you please tell us who you are?
Oh, hi, I'm Denise, CEO and founder of Muscle Mix Music and Vibes Music. We have two brands. Vibes Music is an app that has all the real music by the original artists, and then you can create your own mixes, change the tempo, that sort of thing. And Muscle Mix Music is mostly found on Spotify now. They're all
Mhm.
music that's in 32 count phrasing, mixed together nonstop. But you can also find us, download us on musclemixes.com. That's me.
I so I think as we start talking about the subject matter today, we're going to hear a little bit more probably about how the difference between vibes and muscle mixes, because those are two different
Sure.
sales strategies. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay.
And I'm Kelly Coulter. I am a profit coach for fitness instructors, trainers, and health coaches. So I help uh, all kinds of health entrepreneurs make money by doing two things, leveraging their time, and then my second level people, my higher level people, we work together on social sales skills because I believe that this business should be easy and fun to run, and that's the way that you're going to help the most people improve their health.
I love it. I love it. And
Okay.
Kelly's very good at it.
And thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about best things. So, Denise, you have recently been through the
Well,
storm of the century.
yes, I have. I think that we both have the same best thing, and that is that we're alive. Um,
Mm, amen. Amen.
Milton was a monster, and I live in Orlando, Florida. It was coming right to us, and it did come right to us. Um, but we survived. But I gotta say, I gotta be honest. Next time, I think I'm gonna leave. It was a
You said it
monster.
was a really scary storm.
It was. It was horrible. Horrible.
So I
Now,
was just
yeah,
listening.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Tell me about Helene. Tell me about Helene. Helene hit you first,
Well, I
and
was
then
going to
Milton
mention,
came.
yeah, it sure did. But I was listening to something today, and they were playing footage of a weatherman talking about Milton, and
Mhm.
he started the weatherman before the storm even hit started crying like
I
on
saw
air.
that. I saw that.
That's how big that storm
Yeah,
was.
it was huge. You know what the worst part in the end? I don't know if you knew this. The worst part of the storm was tornadoes that were formed. There were more tornadoes
Mhm.
ever, and biggest tornadoes ever formed in Florida that we've ever seen before. So
Crazy.
that ended up being the real scary part. I mean,
I'm so glad you
yeah,
and your daughter are
crazy.
safe.
Thank you. And I'm glad you and your family are safe, even though you still don't have internet. But you know what?
We
Those
do
are
not have
little
internet.
things, and you will forget
Mhm.
that. It's kind of like, and I
Mhm.
don't know because I never gave birth, but it's kind of like giving birth. They say, well, you forget about the pain months later
Yes.
or seconds later. You'll forget about it. This too shall pass, right?
Yeah, true story, true story. So, we had Helene pass through, 2 Fridays ago. So, in a few days, it'll be 3 weeks. Very scary storm.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about living in a log house, I know I've told you guys we bought this log house and we're living in it and
Mm,
renovating it. They're very solid. I was not
nice.
worried that a tree was gonna come through, but we were
Thank God.
hearing I mean, we were just laying in bed and just listening to things fall around us. It
It's
was
terrible. No,
terrifying.
it is. It's really scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
So then
But
we
yeah,
were
so my
without
best,
power
my
for we
too.
were
That's
without
right.
power for
For
3
days.
days, and then we still do not have internet, so that's why you guys see the orange background behind me is because I am coming to the library every day to work, and so I'm in a little meeting room at the library.
That's awesome. Well, so I think our best thing is not to complain about the hurricane, but to be grateful that
Mhm,
most all of my friends and family are safe and
mhm.
okay. People had some physical damages, like like I have a leak in my laundry room and stuff like that, but everybody is safe, and that I am very thankful for because
Heck,
that was a
that's the room to
monster.
have a leak in, isn't it? You can close the door and forget
I
about it
guess
until it
so.
gets fixed.
I guess so. Yeah.
And we are headed
Oh
to
man.
Western North Carolina today because we
Oh
have an
boy.
annual camping trip that we always go up there. It's a little bit south of that. We're going to really Western South Carolina in the upstate. So,
Okay.
but we will see some of the areas that were
Yeah.
really hit hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll
All
report back, you
right.
guys, and I may be doing
Yeah.
another little
Please
drive
do.
for funds.
Yeah.
Okay,
Please do. All right, let's jump
so
into sales
let's
strategies. I would like to hear
in.
yours and I'll share some of mine.
Yeah, so I've been thinking a lot lately about sales strategies for solopreneurs as I kind of continue to evolve my own business strategy, really around what I enjoy and what's been effective for me and what has been not effective. I'm a big believer that you double down on what works. And so um, I've been doing that a lot. And so I've been thinking a lot about the difference between an evergreen sales strategy and a white glove sales strategy. And I kind of coined that term white glove for just kind of how I've done it in the past. So I'm going to call evergreen the idea that your social media and your email does everything for you. So you're putting
Mm,
out content, you're nurturing an audience, and then every once in a while you're going, oh, by the way, I have this thing to offer, and then you're selling it.
mm.
And then I'm going to call white glove strategy kind of the way that I've done it in the past, which is you nurture an audience, you look for the places that people are showing interest in what you have to offer. So maybe you're asking questions, maybe you're asking people to reply to emails, maybe you're doing quizzes. There are a lot of different ways to get people to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested, and then you kind of pull them through. We're not going to talk about product lines today. That's a whole other
Yeah.
subject matter. But with my white glove strategy, I've asked people to take a lower level training and then I invite them into a higher level training if they're a good fit. And then
Mm,
the only thing that really makes money in my business is the second level training. So the even higher than that. Everything before that doesn't really make money because um it costs more than it costs more than the
yeah.
product costs to
Right.
get a lead. So I think both are appropriate. um the thing that I really wanted to kind of call out and discuss is when each are appropriate. And then, Denise, you have a whole different situation in your business because you're more of a product based business. So I'd love to hear a little bit about the
Well,
customer journey for you.
I think that every type of sales starts from authenticity. And what I mean by that is authentically wanting to help solve a problem. And
Mm,
whether it's with a product or a service. And, most people, and tell me if you think I'm wrong, get scared by the word sales, you know,
yes,
because they
amen.
feel, oh, that's
Especially in our
pressure,
industry.
especially in our industry. Hmm.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been put into situations where they thought they were going into a job based on their expertise, and then they found out there was a sales component, and then they weren't
Mm,
successful because they
mm.
weren't prepared for that, and then it gives sales a bad name.
You're right about that. I've seen gyms say to instructors, make sure you get people to come to your class. You're like, what? I'm just here to teach. Leave
Yeah,
me
I
alone.
didn't know I
What are you talking about? Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, I think authenticity is a big part of it, meaning if you're genuine, well, there's two parts to it, authenticity and follow up. But to me, authenticity start
Mm,
is the beginning. I want, in your case, I want to help this person get fit. I want to help this person be healthy, eat healthy. I want this person to lose weight, whatever the why is, right? If you authentically care for the person or people, it goes a long way and it becomes more real. And I think you can't go wrong. However, you've got to have that follow up
mm.
because you can't just have that. You've got to have the
Yeah.
follow up without feeling like you're being pushy. I'm the kind of person,
Mm.
even though I find myself to be a good salesperson, I'm actually the biggest sucker when it comes to someone selling me. I'm the easiest person to sell. Me too, right? Because all it takes is just give me a call and remind me. I forget. I've got somebody who's willing to do my yard work right now. My sister's going to pay for it for free. And she hasn't called me to follow up. I'm like, don't you want my business? I have to follow up
Yeah.
on her. That's a
Mhm.
problem. So
Yeah.
if I feel like whenever I reach out to someone, 99% of the time, if I look at it as I'm helping them, I'm putting a little nudge instead of being pushy, it's just follow up.
Mhm.
What do you think?
Oh, I love everything you had to say just there. So for me, follow-up is part of that white glove. Like I like take
Mm,
people and hold their hand because I've got a course that or courses that I'm selling. And so it's like, did you register for the course? Okay, did you go
mhm.
through the course? What did you get out of it? How can I help you take the next step? So that's
Oh,
like part of that. But what you said is so, so important because people like to try to set up the evergreen strategies because they don't want to have to do that follow up because it feels uncomfortable and it feels like sales.
yeah.
What I'm discovering is that evergreen is, well, not even what I'm discovering. I've known this for a long time. Evergreen is so much harder to get going. It's you really have
Mm,
to know what the message is that works for your
mhm.
audience, and you have to have a message that resonates, and it has to be resonating, be working to sell before you can ever go evergreen. So I
Mm,
think one thing that people could take from both of us, what we're saying is that you're not going to get sales without conversations with your customers.
yeah, yeah. I'm going to point something out that happened to me when I was in LA. I took an Uber ride and I didn't know where I was going. Um, and I noticed that the driver was going the wrong way. He was supposed to drop me off at my hotel, and we were like in a back alley in the dark. And I started freaking out, like, "Ooh, what's happening?" But he was lost. It was legitimate. I know. Do
Okay,
you know?
good.
Okay, so check this out. Uber called me. We see that your
Mhm,
driver is going off course. Are you okay? Just those little things we forget.
mhm,
I know that when you start a business, you get so deep into the weeds, you forget those
mhm.
basics because you get, as the owner,
Yes.
especially, you get further and further away from the customer that you don't hear those things. So,
Mhm.
in
And you
your
start
case,
focusing on things like the website, the tech.
how's my accounting doing? How's my yeah, and you
Mhm.
forget the basics, myself included. So are you saying that you do a combination, Kelly, of?
In the past,
Evergreen
I've
and
been
white?
mostly white glove, really all white glove.
Oh, okay.
So I've just, as a solopreneur, I think the first, if as a solopreneur, let me say it this way, as a solopreneur with an information or service based business.
Yeah,
So if you've got courses, if you've got a program, if you've got a transformation that you're selling, um,
right,
if you're asking people for behavioral change in order to get healthier,
right.
you're probably going to be in that white glove area. And white glove
Hmm,
is right for higher ticket as well, because
gotcha.
you're going to want to have that interaction the higher the price point is. And as a solopreneur, especially in the beginning, you need to have a high ticket
Yeah.
product. So we can talk all
Oh,
about
yeah.
product line a different day. But yeah, in the past, I've always been white glove. Now I'm in a stage of my business where I am looking at it differently, and I'm working on ways to go more
Okay.
evergreen, because
I like that.
white glove is not completely sustainable. It takes a
It's
lot of energy.
time
Yeah, yeah,
intensive. Yeah. Yeah.
hmm
I like
yeah.
that. I like that. I
It'll
like
burn you
those
out.
two approaches. Yeah, it'll bring you. I like those two approaches. And you always need, like, what you're saying is you always need a little bit of both. I mean, even Amazon. I mean, Amazon's so great, believe it or not. If you call them, have you ever called them? They're awesome on the phone. Seriously, they really
I've
are. I
chatted with
mean,
them. Yeah, their chat is good.
yeah, their chat, their phone call. Anyway, now some businesses don't even have phone numbers. I tried to call a restaurant yesterday. I'm like, what the heck? I can't call them. So it's weird. I mean, I
Oh,
understand
Denise,
why
you're
they're
going to
doing
get
it.
me on a rabbit hole. I'm going to start talking about AT&T and T and how they won't tell me when my internet will be restored.
Okay,
So we're
okay,
not
okay.
going to
Forget
go
that.
there.
Forget that. We're not going to go that. We're not going to go there. We've got to talk about vibes at some point
Yeah,
whenever you're
absolutely. So I
ready.
want everybody watching, I would love for you to comment. Um, Tell me what your sales strategy looks like. Tell me what kind of questions that you have, how we can move you forward in really having um, a sophisticated, effective sales strategy. And we
Yeah.
can continue this discussion as well as discussions about product lines and different things going forward. But I want to hear about vibes. And we have brought in Jessica Maurer to talk more. Did you have
You know,
something to
and
say before we bring her on?
just to end that one part of what you just said, just having a conversation with yourself or with someone else about I want to have a sales strategy. Just putting that in the
Hmm.
forefront of your mind. If it's not even in your radar, then you're not going to increase sales. It doesn't happen magically. It just doesn't.
Yeah,
So anyway,
true story.
wanted to wrap
True
that up.
story.
Wanted to wrap that
Okay,
up.
so from here, let's bring Jessica on, and she's going to give us some updates about the Vibes app. I know you guys have been asking a lot about what's going on, what's happening in the future. So let's bring on the beautiful Jessica Maurer. Hello.
Jessica Maurer. Hi,
Hi, I love that
Jess.
introduction. I want you to introduce me whenever I walk into a room from now on. You just follow me around, Vanna White me out.
Beautiful.
I
Yeah,
didn't give any of your credentials. It's like, they say you're not just supposed to tell little girls they're beautiful. You're supposed to tell them they're smart and clever. I didn't give
that's
any
true.
credentials or any
That's
achievements. I
true.
just said, you're
Yeah,
beautiful.
nothing.
But you
The
do look beautiful
beautiful.
today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, she does.
Although
Yes,
next
she
time I
does.
will get the matching colors better. I promise.
We'll send out a memo.
Yeah, thank you. Well, hi
So
everyone.
Jessica, you're working with Denise at Vibes. You're helping her. I don't know. Tell us what's going on.
Sure,
Yeah,
I've
tell
given
us what's going
myself
on.
the yeah. Tell us what I've given myself the title of music concierge, which
There
I
we
find
go.
is quite fitting for what I'm doing. And so for Vibes, I'm really helping grow the amount of playlists, premixes, and collections that we have on the app. Now, we know that we took a little bit of a
Mm.
break earlier this year, but Vibes really is stronger than ever. We've relaunched, we've got a ton of new content on the app, and we're going to be doing a lot more strategies where we're hopeful that you, the Fit Pro, are willing to help us and grow our playlists. In other words, if you've got a banger that you're like, this is the best Pilates class I've ever created, share it with us, send it over to us at Vibes, and we're going to put that out there for the rest of the world to be able to see and to contribute to. We've also relaunched our Grapevine News newsletter. If you're not on it,
Mhm.
let us know. You can reach out to us at hello@musclemix.com and we will get you signed up. We send it out every Monday. And it's not just the newest music, but it's really about the psychology of music, how that's going to help you retain clients, how that's going to make sure that people are coming back to your
Oh, I
facility
love it.
over and over again. Because for the
Yeah.
most part, if you just use music as background noise, you're not using it to its full potential. And if you're paying for it, then you should use it to your full potential. So we're you how to do that. In addition to that, I'll keep going on my monologue before you guys make me cut off, but we're actually
Oh
working
my
with
gosh, this is so good.
Oh, good.
No, this is
We're
great.
working with a ton of brands to be able to bring new opportunities to you, the fitness professional, whether that opportunity is through master classes with your favorite icons, whether that's the opportunity to teach new and improved formats that are blooming right now in the industry, or whether that's to attend live fitness conferences in 2025. We've got a lot of partners up our sleeve that you're going to be able to be introduced to over the next couple of months through Vibes, whether it's on our app or it's in the Grapevine News, as well as on our blog. And you can find everything at vibesmusic.app.
Love it.
Love it. I
Love
just
it.
put
Love it.
the link into the comments.
Great.
Let me run
Thank
over
you.
to
Thank you.
Facebook and put it there as well.
Yeah.
All right, so really good
You're
stuff coming
awesome.
up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what we're really excited about too is right now you can join Vibes for 15% off. You just have to use the coupon code Fall Vibes. Thank you, Denise, for naming your business something that goes so well with coupons. So Fall Vibes is going to give you 15% off. And if you're listening right now and we lost connection with you because of the minor pause that we took earlier in the spring, reach out to us, let us know. We want to make it better. We want to be BFFs. That's what I told these ladies before we got started today, is we really want to be your BFF. And that's 100% true. In the fitness industry, it can feel so lonely, like nobody else understands what you're going through, but trust us, we understand, and we're here to be your support in your community and to help move into 2025, which is going to obviously be a resurgence for many endeavors.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Oh my goodness, Jess, you're awesome.
Oh, good.
Jess is so good at
Yes.
creating those playlists. We get so many comments on people just loving all the playlists she creates. She's so good at it. We're
Thank
really
you.
Amazing.
I find that with a lot of the other fitness music out there, they really focus on like being in the club. Like I feel like I'm back in my 20s, dancing the night away with that, you know what I mean? And that's not really
Yes.
appropriate for all classes or all people. Like imagine
Right.
playing that
True.
in your aqua class where the majority of the people are over 70. Like it doesn't quite fit.
Didn't
And so
really go. Yeah.
it doesn't go. We're Vibes. We really try to make sure that we're offering a different vibe for all classes, all styles. We mix the old with the new. It doesn't feel like you're in a club that's way too loud, but it also doesn't feel like music or you're stuck in an elevator. It's a a pretty good blend. So if you're Pilates, if you're yoga, if you're active aging, we've got things that really cover your classes. If you teach bar, if you teach cardio, if you teach strength, we've got something for you. And if you do want that feeling of I'm in the club because I'm 25 and my knees haven't given out yet, we've got those options for you as well.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. That's awesome.
One thing that I did not hear you say, I could have missed it. It's popular music by the original artist.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
It is popular music by the original artist. It's time for your fitness music to get real. And the other amazing thing about Vibes is that it's commercially licensed. So if you didn't know, it's a little illegal for you to be bouncing your Spotify playlist in a public space. And there's a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo that you can check out on our website if you want to learn more about it, or you can just take our advice and say, get some commercially licensed music and just be safe. And so here's your chance to be safe with Taylor Swift by your side. And nobody wants to piss off Tay Tay. So make Tay Tay happy. Join us over at Vibes. It's all original artists, original music, not sound alikes. Although I heard a rumor, Denise, that some of your original stuff was actually you singing back in the day.
No.
Okay.
No. Are you serious? No. Let's kill that.
Ooh, that would have gotten me.
Right? I was like, somebody send me that LP. I want.
I'm gonna need that. That's gonna be the new theme song for the show.
Yes.
For sure.
No, I don't sing. I wish I did have a voice, but I don't. No. And
What
by
about
the
you?
way, guys, we have
Denise
Sabrina
doing all the
Carpenter.
covers.
I am love it. We have Sabrina Carpenter and Chapel Rowan right now, which are two very hot
Mm,
albums.
And the
You know, you
number
don't
one
have
that's
to
my college age daughter's favorite right there.
There you
exactly.
go. And right now the number one album in the nation's Jelly Roll, and we have his deluxe and his regular. So if you're more of the country style, we've
There
got
you
that
go,
for
Jelly.
you as well. If you're like,
Yep.
I don't really like there to be voices, I'm really kind of cool with things not being. We have a brand new classical lo-fi. So lo-fi is kind of that like little bit of quiet hip hop that you hear, but it's done with classical music. So if you've never heard Paganini done
Wow.
this way before, check it out. It's super cool. I used it
I
in my
didn't even
yoga
know
class
this.
last
This
night.
is amazing. I didn't even know. This is great, Jess. Jess is on fire.
This is so fun. Jess, are you going to come back every week and do this with us?
Yeah.
This is so
100%.
good.
I'm in. Let's do it. I'll come in and just tell
Okay.
you what you need to listen to. Speaking
I
of
like
which,
it. I
if
like
you're
Denise is going to be like, I didn't know I had
I did-
that.
one more thing that you might not have known that we did, but we went in and created a ton of different Halloween playlists for you. So if you're into spooky
Yay.
vibes, we've got a Halloween cycle playlist, we've got a Halloween hit playlist, we've got instrumental Halloween. So again, you're not looking for words, but you
I
really love
love it.
the soundtrack for Stranger Things. We got that for you. And then we have collections,
Ooh.
which is just where we dump all of the Halloween music in, because we at Vibes really believe in choice. And so you have the choice to use what we make or to be your own DJ. And so come on in, be your own DJ, make your own goodies. And you're more than
Man,
welcome
you are
to also
good.
take my playlist and be like, I love all of this except for that weird white zombie song that she put in. So you can kick that one out and put one in its place. Our app lets you do that.
She's good, right, Kelly? I told you we needed
So
her.
good.
Yes,
So
you
good.
are awesome. Mwah, mwah.
Oh, thank you, ladies. Thank
Yes,
you.
so good. So you guys, we're running up against a hard stop, so we're gonna cut it off
All right.
here. But that was so much fun. I
really
love
awesome.
hearing about you're like in there. You're
Yes,
in
yes.
there making the sausage.
The widgets. Yeah.
Love it. That's so
All
true.
right,
And you
you
know, I
ladies
don't
stick
want
around
to
and
be
talk
alone.
to me for a second.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, I was
Jessica.
saying, oh, no problem. I was just saying I don't want to be alone. So if you are out there watching this right now and you've got a great playlist, hello at Muscle Mixes, get to us. Send it our way. Let us
Beautiful.
know.
Beautiful.
We want to know what you're listening
Love it.
to. All right, ladies.
Thanks,
Thank you
Jess.
so much.
And
for
with
your
that,
time.
we will
amazing.
see you same time next week.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
That was